So for today's video, I want to talk to you about a truth about the world that for many it's very uncomfortable to hear, but it is true. And I believe that the sooner you realize this, the better you will be in life. And that is that your pay is directly proportionate to the amount of value you provide in the marketplace. I'm gonna say that again. Your pay is directly proportionate to the amount of value that you provide in the marketplace. Now, let me tell you a quick story. When I was about 16, my first job was pushing carts at a grocery store. So customers would go to their car with the carts, load up their groceries, and then put their carts in the rack outside the store. My job was to take those carts and put them back into the store, right? That job paid me $9.25 an hour. And it sucked. Like, it wasn't fun. I was complaining that I wasn't making a lot of money, and I never really understood why that was. But as I got older, I started to realize that what I said was true, that the amount of value you provide to the marketplace is proportionate to your pay. And so because I had an easy job working retail, I got paid very little because it really wasn't hard what I was doing, right? If you're able to, look, how do I say this? So say if I was coming into work, right, and I just got hit by a bus and all of a sudden I couldn't come to work anymore. It would take probably less than 2 weeks to fully train someone to do my job at the grocery store. And that is why you get paid so little. Because if I can just find some random person off the street to come replace you within a week or two, then that means your job is pretty easy, and it probably means that you don't provide that much value because the barrier to entry is so low. And so when I made my first business, which was my media agency that I had at the time, I was doing short form video and taking photos for people. And I was only able to get like $1,000 a month, barely more than what I was making when I was working at the grocery store. And I never understood how I could scale past that. I saw everyone else doing it with other business models, and I was like, why can't I scale past, $1,000 a month? And then I sat back and realized that my videos were pretty average. Like, they weren't achieving KPIs, they weren't achieving results, they were just there. They weren't doing anything. I was making, to be honest with you, pretty shit videos and photos. And I was just sitting there wondering why I'm getting paid so little. It's because what I was doing wasn't very interesting. It wasn't very good. I was a dime a dozen, basically. There was plenty of people who were doing what I was doing, and they were doing it better, which is why they were able to charge more. And so I had to go out and learn more skills. So instead of just making shitty content for people, I started doing everything for them. I started writing their emails. I started doing their social media strategy. I overhauled their entire social media platforms. I started creating VSLs. I started doing copywriting. I started looking at their marketing campaigns and trying to run paid ads for them. I was literally doing so much more and providing so much more value. And it wasn't until I started doing that I started seeing more and more money come in. So instead of me just being some shit dude who could kind of work a camera and could kind of work Final Cut Pro, barely scraping by, making $1,000 a month, now all of a sudden I was able to charge, 5, 6, 7 times that. Because there was a quantifiable amount of ROI. You were able to look at what I was doing and be like, yeah, you're clearly bringing us a lot more money than we're paying you. And so it was able to be justified. So one skill can make you rich, but learning to stack those skills will make you wealthy beyond anything you could ever comprehend in life. So that's why it's important to just keep learning skills. The people who are working in fast food and retail their entire lives, who complain about their pay, who are just always working that same job and they wonder why that they can't get above that, it's because their skill set is very low and they usually have no intention of increasing that skill set, which is why they'll stay poor forever. Whereas someone who is hell-bent and ambitious on getting better at whatever it is they're doing, learning new skills, those are the people who end up getting properly rewarded in life. So next time you are complaining that you don't make enough money, I want you to really ask yourself, is the skill set I have worth anything to the marketplace? Because if you're just working fast food and retail or doing all these basic entry level jobs, then yeah, you're always going to get paid very little. But if you're increasing your skill set and you are helping the business or yourself convert more sales, and you're seeing a clear ROI in the things that you're doing, then you are going to get paid much more because you're helping the company and you're driving profits much more. So instead of complaining, make sure you are building a skill set that is valuable and in demand in the marketplace. I know it can be tough out there, but there's plenty of free resources online, stuff that I use to help build my skill set, and I'm really no smarter than you. So if I was able to do it, I know you can too.